Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use promo code THEO. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code Theo. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Well, recently they have there's a lot of Trump picked out that there's the Palantir company, right?
Yeah.
And that's about a surveillance thing. So this thing is fucked. This sounds crazy, dude. This sounds like we're only going to be human for 2 more years, right? So and this is the Palantir company where they're going to build security databases that have all of our information in them, right? That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
And it's going to have everything. It'll look at you and know if you're good at tennis, or if you've ever, if you have if you have $60 in your pocket, or if you're, it can tell if your kids are, if your kids can have a limp or whatever, if he'll be in the Christmas play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It can tell all of that. And that feels real scary, man.
I get it.
To a regular guy on the street,
yeah.
that feels like we're going to give our society we're going to become these, they're going to have know everything about us. It makes you feel like you won't be a person anymore.
I hear you.
Does that make sense to you?
No, it definitely makes sense to me. I mean, let me try to explain. So to be clear, I'm not an expert on this particular deal. I actually just read about it earlier today or maybe yesterday. But the president did an executive order, I don't know, a couple months ago. And the basic idea is you've got all this different information, but it's not accessible in one place. Mm-hmm. So let me give you an example where this might be useful.
Okay.
Let's say you catch an illegal immigrant, okay? And that person's using a social security number, but the Department of Homeland Security that arrests the person can't actually figure out what social security number that illegal immigrant is, what name it's attached to, okay? Or, let's say you're investigating some terrorist and the FBI arrests the person, but, there are information about where the person lived a couple of years ago that you'd like to have. So you'd maybe like to go, talk to their friends or associates or whatever.
Yeah.
But my understanding is that it does sound odd, but that what they're trying to do is take all the information that the Department of Homeland Security has, that the FBI has, and just make it so that it's actually not in some hyper inefficient system. It's all sort of accessible. And here's the thing. Modern technology is just crazy and weird, and it affects our privacy. And I think we don't have to think that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. It is a reality of the world that we live in.
Right.
And
sometimes I get a little romantic about things.
Well, I mean, look.
And I think it's going to go back in time.
I mean, look, everybody, I kind of agree with you. I think people are sort of going to rebel against technology a little bit. In some ways they already are. But I mean, look, dude, if I, this has happened to me so many times, where I'm talking to my wife, oh, what are we gonna make for dinner for the kids tonight? Oh, let's just do DoorDash or Grubhub. Mm-hmm. And then you go on X, or you go on, Facebook or Instagram, and there's an advertisement for a DoorDash coupon. And it's well, I was just talking about this 10 minutes ago. So we know that big technology spies on us and harvests our data. I honestly worry more about that than about connecting the DHS system to the FBI system.
So that's all that this Palantir deal is part. A lot of that, it's just connecting information.
So I'm hardly an expert, but that is my understanding is that it's just taking, DHS has information, FBI has information, Secretary of the Treasury has information, and making it possible for that information to be searched by whoever is looking for it.
Oh.
That's my understanding.
Yeah.
But again, I hear that story, and my reaction is the same, which is, I don't like the government having my information. The reality is the government already has my information. And more importantly, some of these private technology companies have way more information on me than the government does.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, anywhere you shop has unbelievable information on you. I mean, let me tell you crazy.
Blockbuster, 2 days ago, Blockbuster was happy birthday. They were wrong.
So I gotta.
It's you're out of business. There's a
When was the last time you were at a Blockbuster?
But some guy somewhere, probably in another country, Nepal,
you and
is
FDR
sitting somewhere.
You and FDR took your Celsius and went down to Blockbuster to get some VHS rentals. Okay,
a little bit of boogie, boogie nights for the fellas.
It's that.